And so today, that's what we're talking about, how to find an apprenticeship that you love. And by the end of today's talk, you'll have an understanding of what an apprenticeship is, and you'll discover innovative methods to find an apprenticeship, and then a few action steps which you can take, or your child, right? Because learning never stops. So it could be you. You could be in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. If you're still breathing, you're still a student, in my view. Before I get into the talk, I want to acknowledge you for your time. Time is our life. And so you're here spending your life with me, and I want to recognize you for that. And also for your courage. We're talking about the school system. And somebody mentioned compulsory education. I'm in the back there clapping because that is the issue. It's compulsory. In no other situation where you force people is that acceptable. When people force you, this is immoral and unethical. So you're very courageous and brave. Since we're going to spend a few minutes together, is it okay if I share a little bit about myself? Yes. Thank you. I was born and raised in California. I sold my first business at age 26. I moved to Korea and taught high school at a private high-performance high school there. I'm also the publisher of The Underground History of American Education by John Taylor Gatto, a world-renowned educator who is a dear friend and mentor. I founded Valor Academy, which is a school based on apprenticeships, and there's in the pre-launch, it's going to launch soon, and I created homeschoolleader.com, which is a homeschool training website. I currently have at least 3 mentors that I would say, there's probably more, but one's helping me write a book, one's helping me build my business, and the third has helped me become a transformational leader. So back to you and back to schools. Schools are the way they are because certain people want them that way. Schools teach what they're supposed to teach because certain people benefit. And it's not just a phenomenon that's been going on for a few decades. It's been going on for over 1,000 years. Back to ancient Greece, China, India, and our model is the Prussian model, came over about 150 years ago by Horace Mann. So when you see schools that say Horace Mann on them, you can thank him, 1852 in Massachusetts. And the reason that the state genuinely sees your kids, our kids, as human resources, not beautiful, independent spirits and beings to live their purpose and have fulfillment and joy, but a resource. One of them said they're like a nail that should be formed and fitted. Okay, so one of the most damaging lessons of schooling is called learned helplessness. What does that mean? This is when we limit ourselves. We become prisoners of our own mind. And let me give you an example. How many of you have been to a circus? How many have not been to a circus? At these places, they're huge elephants, and they're thousands of pounds, but they're being controlled by a little man, weighs 150, 200 pounds. How does that happen? Early training. When these elephants are baby elephants, they're still big, right? But they put a chain around their leg, they tie them to a pole, and these, just like young kids, this young elephant's trying to pull his leg, he's trying to pull, and guess what? He tries, and he can't break the chain. And you know what he concludes? I can't break the chain, so I'll stop trying. So now, the elephant's 3, 4, 5 years later is huge, could easily break the chain, and so now he feels the tension, he's triggered back to when he was a baby elephant, and he doesn't even try. So the purpose of this talk is to break the chain for you. Is this something you're interested in? Yes. Thank you. Albert Einstein said, "Seek not to become a person of success, but become a person of value." And that's relative because in the apprenticeship model, that's what it's about. So what is an apprenticeship? In my view, an apprenticeship is a relationship with someone who has specialized knowledge and skills that you would like to learn. Some of these are paid apprenticeships, but this conversation is about a free apprenticeship that you can get as soon as, well, maybe I finished my talk, but as soon as you understand the basic, full circle of the model. What's an apprentice? An apprentice is someone willing to give value to learn skills that are necessary for them to achieve their goals. Who do they give value to? They give value to their mentor. What's a mentor? A mentor is one possessing specialized knowledge and is willing to provide information in exchange for something. What is the mindset of an apprentice? The mindset of an apprentice is, how can I add value? Again, you can be a teenager, college, 30, 50, 80 years old. You're thinking, how can I add value over here? You're thinking, what does my mentor need? They're a professional in whatever field it is, whatever field you're interested in working in and learning. What do they need? The third thing they think about, I'm serious about achieving my goals. Hey, it's okay to be unserious and playful and just go on a meander in our life, but when you want something, you want to work with this person because they have specialized knowledge, you want to be serious about your goals. Number 4, I'm respectful and courteous. This is what an apprentice thinks. I'm respectful and courteous. Does anybody like to hang out with someone who's rude? No. How many of you guys like to hang out with somebody who's respectful and courteous? Isn't it so nice when someone's like pleasant? You're like, come on, who are you? I don't know, you're friendly, come along. Number 5, I ask questions when I don't understand. Right, this is having the humble spirit. Sometimes, you know, the mentor speaks to you, you don't understand, and you're shy, or you're a little bit fearful, but if you don't understand, it's okay. I don't know everything. You're not gonna know everything. So it's okay to ask questions, and be sure you ask if you don't understand. Nothing wrong with that. And that goes to I'm teachable. The opposite of I'm teachable is I know everything. Nobody wants to work with that kind of person. The last one is I have a long-term perspective. If you plant an apple seed today and you expect the fruit to come out in a month, maybe 6 months, you're going to be disappointed. But if you have faith, you plant the seed, water it, nurture it, come and check, protect it from the animals that are coming to eat the seed. In 3 to 4 or 5 years, you're going to have an apple tree. And in 6 years, it's going to be flourishing. So you want to have a long-term perspective in creating an apprenticeship. What's the mindset of a mentor? The mentor, whether it's conscious or subconscious, is what am I getting, right? Somebody's an expert in their field, and you have someone who's an amateur, and they're coming along. So what are they getting? Now, sometimes they'll do it for free, right? They just want to have significance. They've developed this profession, and they know what they know, and they just want to feel good passing on knowledge to this person. Other times, they might want some labor, right? If you're gonna be spending time with somebody, they want to maybe clean their car, vacuum their house, or mow their lawn, or whatever it is, you're giving them free value, right? Some of them just want a relationship. A lot of highly successful people are lonely. Maybe they had kids who passed away, or their spouse, they're just maybe haven't developed that. So when you're seeking an apprenticeship, if you focus on the relationship part of it, that's another way. Some of it's energy, right? So if you're a young person, you're eager, and somebody who's been in the profession for 20 or 30 years, they're a little bit jaded, they're like, wow, this person wants to learn what I know. I remember being like that. That's also something that they would be interested in getting. And there's many other things. Here's just a few of them. Number 2, mindset of a mentor, are you wasting my time? If a mentor thinks you're wasting their time, they're not going to spend time with you. Why? Because maybe you're not taking it serious, they give you an assignment and you don't do it, right? They don't want to waste their time. Are you adding or subtracting value from my work? Again, the apprentice wants to add value, the mentor wants to receive, just like us. Hey, we want value in our life, we want positivity, energy, that's what they want too. If you start sucking it away, like an energy vampire is the term, right? You ever been with somebody and you're just like, ooh, right? Like you were super happy and then you're hanging out with them, you're like, ugh, right? That's not what they want. Am I wasting your time? The mindset of a mentor, am I wasting your time? If you're the apprentice and you're coming up and you start to learn the skills, like, wow, this person's becoming knowledgeable, I can't teach them much more. I'm wasting your time, and they'll let you know. And the second part of the talk is, what do you love? How to find an apprenticeship that you love. Well, you have to have self-knowledge, right? The key to all philosophy is knowing yourself. So, as an apprentice, have you identified your values, your mission, your vision for your life? That's what you want to do. And a quick hack technique that I discovered is really beneficial to me is called the rocking chair example. I want all of us to imagine in however many years, when you're 90 years old, okay, you're 90 years old and gray, but still strong, and you're sitting on your front porch in your rocking chair, and you're thinking about your life, and you're thinking back, like, I did it. Yes, I did it in my life. What is it for you? What is it? That's the decision you have to make. But imagine being there saying you didn't do it, right? That's what you want to think about. That will give you an idea to say, what is the mission and dream of my life? If you don't know what that it is, you can try more things. Go out and try more things. Go have more experiences. Go learn more things. But usually that it is your highest excitement. your highest joy? What turns you on? What just fills you with happiness? That could be part of it. So how do you find this apprenticeship? You gotta seek things that excite you, people, organizations, events, activities. Wherever that excitement is, you wanna pursue that and add value to those organizations, those events, those people. How do you add value? You have to know your value. This is another great story that helped me. I'm sharing some of the stuff that was beneficial to me and helped me realize. Imagine that there was a mad scientist and he came up to you and says, you know what? I'm doing this experiment and you have the perfect DNA, the perfect age, everything about you is perfect, and I need your arm, okay? It's a strange request, but I need you to sell me your arm. Will you cut off your arm and sell it to me? You say, how much? He says, $1 million. No. More. How many of you would sell your right arm, or your left arm, if you're left, how much you would sell your arm for $1 million? Nobody, right? How about $5 million? $10 million, right? I'll stop there. So, me neither. I don't have a price on this body. But by that logic, your right arm's worth $10 million. Your left arm's 10, your right leg is 10, your left leg is 10. So by that logic, if we're on the same page, which I think we are, your body, right, well, those 4 body parts are worth $40 million in equity. Okay, remember, value is subjective. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Same thing with value. So all of us in agreement are worth $40 million. Now you could take it up. How about your eyeballs, your ears, your heart? It can get big. So you're very valuable. So you are a valuable human being. You can volunteer, right? That's how you can be valuable. You can be a resource. You can connect people. If you know somebody that someone else doesn't know, you connect people. You can give information. Maybe somebody's in the dark. You have the light of information. You can provide that to them. Connect sources of capital. That's one thing that if there's a great project going on and you know somebody with money, you connect them. That is a very important thing that you can do. It doesn't cost you a penny. Whatever this thing that excites you, you can promote it. You can advertise it, write about it, do blogs about it, make videos about it. It doesn't cost you anything, but it's something you pursue giving value. And one of the best ways to find an apprenticeship is you create it yourself. John Gatto said, you either write your own script in life or you become an unwitting actor in the script of someone else. So that leads us to clearly state what you want. What do you want? This is a tough question for many of us. What field do I want my apprenticeship in? If you know what it is, contact that person or organization, make a video, go visit in person. That's how I met my first business mentor. I went in, I was trying to sell him something at his business. They rejected me. I said, are you guys hiring? They said, yeah, come on in. We want to interview tomorrow. They interviewed me the next day, I got hired. It's incredible. If you find somebody you admire, ask for an interview. You can do a video interview, you can do a written interview, give value to them. And then focus on building the relationship. Develop a relationship, 1, 2, 3 years. Don't be quick, don't think short, think long term. So in conclusion, an apprenticeship is a relationship. Clearly know what field you want the apprenticeship in or what you'll be doing, the activity. Seek the leaders and the producers in that field and give them value. Decide what you would love to be doing for a career in 3 to 5 years. And the last part is begin constructing a plan to build the skills necessary to be a professional in the field. And this doesn't cost a penny. You can go out and create relationships with these experts, give them value, be a resource for them, and develop that. And guess what? As you build that relationship, they'll actually refer you. They'll give you a letter of reference. So you get 2 or 3 professional letters of references, whether you're a teenager or college age. They'll let you into these universities and say, wow, this student is serious. They have a dream of being an architect, and they've been volunteering for an architect for the last 2 years, and here's 3 letters from these guys. This is a star. So let me end with this story. It's one of my favorites. One early morning, there was an old man walking on the beach, and he saw this young person over there running around throwing things in the ocean. And he was kind of curious, and so he walked over there, and he said, young man, what are you doing over here? And the kid looks up. Last night, the tide went down, and the ocean was low, so all the starfish are on the beach now. And when the sun comes out, all these starfish are going to die unless we put them back in the water. The old man, a little bit jaded, scoffed, "Well, there must be thousands of them here. How can you even make a difference?" The boy looked at him, bent down, grabbed the starfish, wound up, threw as far as he could in the ocean, plop, and he looked back at the old man and said, "I just made a difference for that one." Folks, we might not be able to save all the people in the world, but there's a circle of young people around us, teenagers, people in their 20s and 30s, whoever it is, and they're looking for an apprenticeship, in my view. This is one way that you can do that. You might not be able to get it to everybody. There's going to be a lot of people who get stuck. As Connie mentioned, 600 million people in the compulsory education system worldwide, 50 million kids in the US. This is a serious problem. But with all the options we talked about today, I found a lot of solutions, and I think an apprenticeship is one of the methods to do that. I think you can go out there, find somebody, reach out to them, develop the relationship, give them something of value, and you can find an apprenticeship. Lastly, time is our life. We're only here for a minute. Very soon, all of us are going to be in the dirt, so take advantage of it. That the people around us, they care for you, they love you. Tell the people that. And don't get caught up in all these fictional things that people say is one way or the other. Speak your heart and live. I love that West Beach mentioned the 5 regrets on the deathbed. Hey, Coach John Wooden said, life is a game, a serious game, dead serious. So take that energy, transmute it, put it into positivity, and go out, and whether it's you or the young people, allow them, free them, so they can begin pursuing their passions, their interests, and their dreams. They might be able to achieve all of them and have full fulfillment in this lifetime. Thank you.